Hey, Good News family, it's Pastor Sam. I want to take a moment to talk about something really important in the life of our church. Maybe you don't realize this, but there have been countless moments in our history where the people that came before us made intentional decisions that made it possible for us to be here today. For instance, the building I'm standing in right now, this building was built not only with the financial resources of our congregation, but even the hands, the blood, the sweat, and the tears of members of our church who actually faithfully on the weekends came together and brick by brick, stone by stone, built this building. When they built this building, no one lived up here. It was farmland, and yet they had in faith in God that there were going to be people around us one day that were going to need the gospel. We are at a moment like that again, and we believe that this is a great opportunity for us to step out in faith and trust where the Lord is calling us. And one of the biggest things that as leaders in the church we've been talking about, praying about, and we've been talking to you about is the reality that God is calling us to make room for future members of our church, to make room for new families, to make room for new people curious and wrestling and thinking, trying to figure out what to do with God and their lives, and that He wants us to make room for those people. And for us to make room for future people in this church, we've realized that the most thoughtful and wise course of action would be to multiply our services in our current location. We know of lots of our churches that would say that they're going to move to a new area and they're going to build a big building. And we know that in our past, we've helped plant other churches in the region. We believe that right now, God is calling us to multiply the ministry that we are doing here among our people with our resources in this space. And so we are really excited that starting this spring, we are going to be moving to 2 services on Sunday morning. Starting March 19th, we're going to be having a 9 o'clock service and a 10:45 service. And the intentional goal is that both of these services will be styled in the same way. So this isn't a generational fight where we couldn't get along, and that we're leaving a gap between these services because we love the community that God is bringing together. And we believe that it's still important for us as a church family to intermingle and to see each other and to chat and to pray and to talk and just to fellowship. And so we're intentionally leaving a pretty big, a 40-minute gap between services, between that 9 o'clock service and that 10:45 service. We are really excited about this opportunity, and we believe that God is giving it to us as a gift to steward. And we know that just in the way that He has stewarded the building that we have and the people that are present in this church, that He is calling us to steward this opportunity for the sake of His glory. Now, this is going to mean a number of changes for lots of different smaller things in the life of our church, and we recognize that. And we're going to be having a series of meetings for all of our leaders and all of our volunteers. And we're going to be talking about this more as we gather on February 4th for our annual congregational meeting on Saturday, having breakfast together. And we're going to be answering questions about this. But honestly, Good News family, I'm excited. And I really think this is the right move for us. And I think this is the right moment for us to take this step. It is absolutely going to be a stretch for us, but I think the Lord is calling us to this. And I'm just thrilled to see what He is going to do in our church family in this next season.